Alright. So, I said I was probably gonna go attempt Ito Ogami. Well, I'm glad I'm correct. Tremovis. As I presumed I would be. Chad's reeling from the devastating blow I delivered to them. It's great. Just walk away. That's an event where someone pretends like they need medical attention and it's actually a vampire. Hey, look. You know, I know, I've heard it before, but it's primarily Griffin God. Oh no! Mr. Ogami just left for his meeting. His private car was headed for Matchsticks. If you hurry, you might just make it. So this continues the storyline we were actually following after what happened with Ma. Now, it's pretty awesome how, it was definitely me, who discovered this first, before my brother. I was just puttering about. A bit lost in the main quest stuff, but I didn't even care about the main quest stuff. I was just having fun, getting into cyberspace, doing Shadowruns, geeking fools, and then I just walk into here and then, oh no, Mr. Ogami, and I blink and I go, what? Oh, that! Yeah, that! That's what we were supposed to do. No, it wasn't me who did this one first. It was definitely my brother. I remember that now. He was laying on his bed in his room. I was sitting there, and I remember the goosebumps that we both got after he killed Ito and that fucking title track played. That was so awesome. But I'm the one who found the dragon first. He was pissed. Anyway, that's a flashback from Grimith there. Alright, Ito. Let's do that in case the game crashes. I'd like to go in, pay $150. You push your way into the club. Ito and a group of corporate types are having a meeting around a large table. Ito sees the deadly intent in your eyes and calls warning to the others. The suits scramble from the booth, fumbling amateurishly for their guns. Ito produces an Uzi, expertly handling its bulk as the others move to his defense. Even though you just wanted Ito, it seems these guys are looking for death by association. The AI is going to get the first attack coming right out of this event because that's how the game mechanics work. Maybe not. There we go. Ito's the hardest one to kill because of how well armored he is. I actually thought that would be more difficult. It does help that I had magic on my side. I've remembered failing against those people before just because I didn't have enough firepower to punch through them. I almost want to turn off the lights in my room, but immersion's already shattered. Ito's leaden body and numerous papers lie scattered about. Being a soft mark for opportunity, you grab all you can. You find a hollow pix of Michael and a heavily cybered Amerindian. The hollow's composition suggests it was shot without their notice. A date and time stamp on the lower corner reveal it was taken on the morning before Michael's death. A hollow pix labeled Crime Scene. This shows the scene where Michael and his team were ambushed. No survivors is written across the bottom. Surveillance report. Subject Stark spent most of his time away from the group, preparing for the run on his own. Once underway, he was most at ease in the woods. However, he was constantly on edge, as if he knew something was wrong. Subject V was extremely hard to follow, as he is expert at covering his trail, appears to work for thought, tracking leads, and confirming information. Suspected to be a top aide, but this is unconfirmed at present. Amidst the papers, you find a Rinraku Corp issue cred stick with a balance of 10,000 new yen. You quickly download the money to your cred stick, for Rinraku can issue a hold on the funds. The last item is a passcode for Ito's personal computer system. Written on a scrap of paper. Damn it. Not a good thing as far as security is concerned, but a lucky break for you. You can normally meet and converse with Julius Strother here, as well as an elf decker, Rihanna. Here's Julius, by the way.
No.
Business is business. He likes to keep things on the up and up. He directly competes with Mortimer Reed for business, but Julius has a severe disadvantage for the player in that he's behind Club Matchstick, which charges 150 nuyen for you. I think if you have a high enough reputation, you can bypass that, but that's a very, very serious surcharge. He can also offer an incredibly useful contact who offers an incredibly useful contact named Sharky, who can really help expedite your travel, but I don't really have the nuyen for that. Yet. Bye. This is the most money we've had so far in this entire game. 5 digits. We're gonna blow it all on coke and hookers, everyone. It's gonna be pretty awesome. While I'm here, we also didn't take that much damage. We wrecked that team pretty thoroughly. We did better than what I thought we would. Damn it. Better by a considerable margin. Really better. Pretty awesome. Okay. Well. We got some karma for story progression there. I don't remember whether PV and J vanish immediately after this. Doing this one. I don't think they do. But there is a contact I wanted from him, and if that contact can no longer be acquired, that'll make the situation a little bit more difficult for me. I suppose I could have acquired the guy. The problem is that Max cost 750 nuyen. I didn't have 750 nuyen. Also a fight. An orc, an I-5er, and a weenie work together to try to take out the team. Are you still here, PV and J? You have evacuated. The moment you figure out that Ito Ogami is stalking and has information on V, he's out. Okay. So that means we cannot buy the Contact Max. Max is incredibly useful because he can issue Corp badges, which make your runs on Corpse much easier. That avenue has been permanently lost. Well, apparently we're adding the no max conduct to this run as well. Oh. I think this is the first time I've ever gone through this late in the game without having max. Oh well, we'll get over it. Max. It's the name of a contact that PV and J sell for 750 nuyen. PV and J are no longer there. Vigor and Jarl have vanished to do their work for Thawne, and are no longer available as a Johnson. So, I can't get the contact. I'll have to get over it, as they say. Max, the contact, does corp badges. He says they only work for one run, but they pretty much work for every corp run, and you don't have to keep buying them over and over again. It's pretty awesome. They're incredibly useful, and they help make corp runs easier, along with a high maglock passkey. You know, and some electronic skill, and throw in some computer skill along the way. Basically, we're going to have to rely on Joshua's charisma skill for fast talking, since we will not have a corp badge, and that's much more difficult, which means the corp runs are going to be much harder, particularly since I can't use the Matrix to shut down cameras, alarms, maglocks, whatever. Defosh, my charisma skill is maxed out at 6. That's the best it goes. That doesn't mean I'm gonna have an easy time of fast-talking in corporations. The ID badge really helps to smooth that over. Anyway. Let's play around here for a little bit. That's one of the major story threads completed. I almost have the second one completed as well. All I have to do is return to the elves and be like, yeah, I freed Eileen, and then they ask you to complete the third trial, and that's, yeah, I'll promise to uphold your fucking elves, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then there's the third arc, which I haven't done yet. Talking to Mortimer Reed, which I already have, reveals that Aragorn, who is David Alfeather's brother, he came to the city, and there was a failed Shadowrun. He's on Mitsuhama's 4th or 5th floor. I don't remember exactly which. The point of the matter is that I have to do a corp run, expressly for him. Which means doing a corp run. Which means, well, doing a corp run. I don't have a maglock passkey. I can't hack into cyberspace to shut down maglocks or cameras. And I can't buy those very convenient corp badges. Yes, the 6 value is the maximum for attributes. At least for humans, maximum for attributes in everything. 12 is the normal maximum value for skills. We'll have to get over it. I did a run with PV&J before it was all said and done, so I got that out of the way. I'm sure, as you very well know, I cannot change Joshua's race. He's human, and you have to get over that. Ah, boy. So yeah, I'm full of cash. And, I'm not done just yet, though. Since that killing of Ito went so smoothly and so quickly, I need to complete the rest of my, my grand scheme here. To slingshot my way into completion of the game. Because let me tell you what, I'm not going to be facing Thawne with what I have right now. I don't know how successful I would be, but I would venture that it would probably not go as well as how I handled Ito. Alright, 75 new yen for that, not bad. Dirt, 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 dirt. This tune for the Redmond Barons is so groovy. Oh, it's Rinraku again! No! Oh, using their SMG fire, man. They completely vaporized Winston. But they got no chance. And while Winston's down on the ground, I'll have him do that. Dirt, 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 dirt. Now, those physical injuries are serious business. That's not something that a rest at a motel can really fix up. You'd want to take someone to, like a chop shop or a hospital to get that patched up. Use a trauma patch, use a med kit, or use magic. If you pretend you have a higher charisma. In the case of that, you could always recruit an elf into the party, and use their higher charisma stat. The way the game functions is whoever you have selected as a character is whose charisma gets tested for those events. Therefore, you know, that would be the idea. There are a few elves in the game. Phantom, Freya, and Rihanna, who can be Shadowrunners. I don't think there's any others. Also, we need a contract. Actually, I think that's enough screwing around here. Let's go, back to Mortimer Reed. We're making money faster that way. That's right, you don't have to be Joshua for the events. You can control other characters, but he's the primary character. He always has to be on the team because, well, the story revolves around him. No, I don't want to do a raid on Fuji. Basically, I don't want to fail and lose all of the money I have because I needed to basically really do pretty damn well in order to get all this money, and I'm not gonna find another stack of 10 grand just laying there. Well, there is a problem with your plan. It's that it would require me to have an elf on my team. Now, I do have a soft spot for Phantom, but because this is a no Matrix run, that ain't happening. It's not a minor detail. Not a minor detail at all. Not a minor. D-d-d-d-d. Not a minor detail. Not gonna have an elf in the party. Not gonna have an elf in the party. Not gonna have an elf in my party. Not gonna have. Not gonna have an elf. Not gonna have an elf in the party. Not gonna have. Good times. Back to Rinraku. I will not recruit an elf as a Shadowrunner because I do not want to do that. Yeah, no, go get wrecked. Look, in order to complete the main quest of this game, Joshua basically has to promise, like, eternal loyalty and fidelity to a tribe of elves. I have Eileen in the group, who has already done the same, basically, with this tribe of elves. God, we already have 2 elf sympathizers on the team. Get wrecked, cause I ain't doing so ghouls. Do. Fuck Mitsuhama right in the ear. Do. Give me a Shadowrun I want. Let's try that again. Mortimer Reed. Absolutely fucking not. Do. Will not pay to recruit my people. Now give me something I want. Do. Let's try that fucking again. Do. Alright, we got some potential, Morty. See, the music's so catchy in this game. Fucking catchy. The rat's nest I needed to go? I think it's the rat's nest. Good. You think you're cute? You're dead. You died, and then I picked up your body and incinerated it with the power of my mind. That's how committed I was to that. And I fucking delivered this damn client to the I-fivers. Because he works for the mafia, and I got nothing anymore. Fucking elves. Now it's time to go back to Morty, and I hope he has a better Shadowrun. Morty, time to give me some more work. That's not really what I want. Eileen costs 3 times that much. Let's try that fucking again. Fucking Matrix run. This is a no Matrix playthrough. Damn murder. Murder. Alright, Morty. I am not running Mitsu. I'm like Aragorn did, and he got fucking wrecked. Alright, Morty, we will try this again. Alright, we will go back to Council Island and get wrecked by mages. It's not my favorite track in the game, but it's pretty good. Hey, I didn't say the song wasn't repetitive. Sure, I'll help. Oh yeah, healers. As technology only makes an appearance in this game through cyberspace. No, I don't want your fucking frag grenades, Lone Star. I know it's you, Lone Star. You can't hide from me. I know what you are up to, Lone Star. You want to arrest me for frag grenades. Fucking ruse. Goddamn pigs. Passport Lodge? Alright. See, 180 million for 6 frag grenades really is a great deal compared to how much frag grenades normally cost in this game. You buy them from the crime mall, and I think whenever I bought my set of 6... Glad that happened, everyone. I'm surprised we're able to go into places while these combat phases are triggering. I guess I'm just moving just a little bit too fast. So before the combat fully triggers. Also, Joshua has a gun again. For the first time in forever. I don't have it equipped, nor do I plan on equipping it. It's a pretty rubbish gun. Council Island. Magda, once again to Council Island. You love sending me there, Mortimer. That maid's still here. No, he's gone. He's like, shit, I ain't waiting. He could be in there forever. Who knows how long it'll take for him to get a Shadowrun. Shadowrun. Back to Count. Soul Island, where it normally costs 75 new... Lost the beat there. I'll get over it. Alright, I'll try to be careful out there, but I make no promises. Make no promises to an elf nurse, even though she flirted with me earlier this broadcast. Yeah, It was pretty awesome, not gonna lie, but still I don't want to be affiliated with any more elves. Yeah, didn't you know I was a newspaper journalist? How far along are we? I forget how much I'm gonna need. 1,000 to 2,000 more. Could probably make it cheaper if I spent more. How much coin do I have? Well, we'll get it done eventually. Get it done. It's all a part of my grand plan. So the more astute viewers, who are knowledgeable at about the game, I'm pretty sure have seen what I plan on doing, basically from the moment I started this broadcast. And as I continue to make steps towards it, especially now that I'm planting the seed that something big's about to occur, people will either already click off the views and be like, oh, that's what he plans on doing, or the awareness will slowly grow. As a Renraku Treem. Treem? Man, I'm tired. Man, they just told Joshua to get the fuck wrecked. Damn it, press the right buttons. Now, of course, I'll get attacked coming out of that menu, because that's what happens in this game. You get attacked coming out of menus. You have no control over this, it just happens. So we'll go ahead and trade those away to Joshua. He'll sell those later. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Where's Mortimer? Not Mortimer. God damn it. Fucking Mortimer reads in my head. Fucking shoot him! The entire team went down? Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking... We're gonna need a few more Nuyen now. I will still attribute that to pilot error. I guess I should have just been more heavy-handed in the first aid. That's pretty rough, though, that pause just takes several crucial seconds, and Winston just wasn't firing because his AI froze there in place. God damn it. My head. Well, that's a setback. Fucking Eileen can sit there. Winston? Christ in a hat, man. You keep this performance up, I will replace you as Stark. I know, another failed run for us. It's gonna be short-term once again. Your price went up a little bit, but not as much as Eileen's did, that's for fucking sure. Yeah, I'll just cancel the contract. It had some bad juju affiliated with it. You know what? I'm tired of going to Council Island. Can you send me to some place that's not Council Island? Look at that! You know what? Give me this. I might even sell those too. That's it. Grimith's having a fucking serious crackdown moment right now. Serious. Okay. You can keep this gun for now. That gun's going. Pretty soon. That's exactly what happened. Freeing them from their single run contract. I like that. Alright. I wanted to do this a little bit better and neater than how this is actually going to be executed. I'll say that in advance. This ended up having some pretty poor execution. Especially with the 1,000 new yen plus I lost there for having to get revived by the Dock Wagon Strike Team. Plus all the new yen I lost for bringing Winston back in the team. So I tell you what, I'm going to recoup some of that. Give me this. Give me this. Give me that. You have lost your right to have things. If your AI wants to derp, it's no longer allowed to derp on my watch. Bad. Bad. See that? Those were your things. Now they're gone. You're not allowed to have things anymore. Frag grenades, they're gone. While I'm at it, I'm gonna sell that stuff too. We're gonna pursue the lives of ascetic monks. Clearly, it is the purity of life that we require to sustain us. It's like Nano Black. That actually made me jump. Fucking mages once again. Now, Winston, in order for us to proudly pursue our lives of monks, we need to speak with some very important individuals. We need to speak with gangs. Easy money, chummer, I'll pay. Alright, I'll pay the extra 1,000 as well. You just bought your way in, Mr. Moneybags. Follow me. You are led through a steel-reinforced door, coming face-to-face with the leader of the I-Fivers. So you're Joshua. You may address me as Mahler. I would like some contacts. Man, you must have a serious death wish. You want to meet the big guy, huh? Fine, but since you're on your way to an early grave, why don't you give me 10,000 for my troubles, okay? Sure! Take it. Mr. Ferraducci runs the mob in Seattle. We give him our services, he gives us some of his action. Very nice setup for us. Maybe he has a use for you too. Chat with you later. Alright, Mr. Ferraducci, he'll help us get in contact with the right monks that we need. The vid phone is blanked. Who the frag are you? You identify yourself and tell him Mahler sent you. You've made quite a name for yourself. So you want to ally with the Mafia? Better be sure, because once you agree, there's no turning back. I hear there's a lovely monastery in the UCAS. Direct me to it. I'll inform Mr. Ferraducci of your pledge of allegiance. Fantastic. Well, let's get on the vid phone again with Mr. Ferraducci. The vid phone display remains black as Mr. Ferraducci's gravelly voice resonates from the speaker. Well, if it isn't my friend Joshua, I am pleased to have you in my family. For being part of the family, I will do you these favors. I happen to own a little place in the Penumbra district called Wiley's Gala Inn. You tell them I sent you, and they'll treat you like a king. I pretty much run the crime mall. You need anything lethal, you go in there, and I'll see to it you get the family discount. Lastly, there is a Lone Star. They are more of a problem than cops were in the old days, I can tell you. My boys can apply pressure to keep them out of your hair. Alright. Fantastic. Ready to celebrate? By hailing Gator. Winston punched that bitch to death. It was beautiful. I love it. Alright. When Raku appears, they are destined to ruin my path of asceticism, but I tell you what, I won't be dissuaded. Wiley's Gala Inn is a rather stark hotel in the center of the Penumbra district. While quite safe to stay in, it is rumored that the inn is owned and operated by the Mafia. Hello, young fellow. Need a room for the night? Well, as a matter of fact, sir, I think I do. Give me a room, will you please? I really need to meditate and contemplate my life choices. Okay, but you know your money is no good here. The Don and I have an understanding. Rest well. Perhaps I will, perhaps I will. Let's go ahead and get some more negotiation skill. You, get some more biotech on us, please. So, with 224 new yen to our names, because we had to spend 12,000 to, enter the way of the monk, well, that's pretty much what we've done. Entered the way of the monk. While we're at it, we'll give those to Joshua as well. Even though Winston has all that biotech skill, he can be the bearer of that for a time being. We should probably go inform Mortimer Reed about our decision here. Hey Morty, we've decided to become monks. Nah, appreciate it. But maybe one more run for the road, old chap. You give us one more. Maybe one more that'll actually do. One more courier run before I go join the UCS monastery. Can you make that happen for me? Nah. Maybe not that one. I want to have Winston with me too, whenever I go to the monastery. Look, there's no time for corp runs. You have a package or client that needs to be delivered? Alright, you do. Good. Well, go ahead and make that done. It'll happen. Alright, Winston. One more for the road. Attend to the Wargarble Barons. Nah. We shall spread our ways of honor and Bushido, and the code of, well, Shadowrunners turned monks. We shall spread it to everyone. Alright. Go ahead and take him to club a number. Alright, sir. You're the last run. I'm not just 2 days from retirement. I'm like 2 minutes from retirement, man. Then I'm out of this gig. I'm not gonna do these runs anymore. I've made peace with the fact that my brother Michael's been slain. I'm out of this joint. You can't suck me back in. I won't be sucked back in. Alright. There we go. I do feel pretty good about the situation. How do you feel, Winston? I suppose we should do a few more runs for the road. We don't know how much new yen it'll cost to get us there. I mean, could be a really rough trip. Alright. Maybe we'll do a few more runs for Mortimer. Just to tide us over. It's not like we're really indebted to him, though, No, you have a little bit something more my speed. Trying to cut down on the whole violence and bloodshed. And no, still no cyberspace. How about that? Alright, we can do that. Yeah, I like that. That's good. I'm glad we're on that one, Morty. It's fantastic. Where am I going? Okay. Yes, the Gator Totem is speaking to me. The essence of the Gator has appeared, and, he's helped Joshua see so much more about life. And, maybe the pacifist Gator route is really his calling. I mean, he's just gonna, assume a different aspect of the Gator Totem. It'll be fine. Let's go ahead and pop in and deliver this guy to the Wanderer. The Peaceful Gator. Yes, the Peaceful Gator. How much does that give us now? 659? We're probably gonna need to do at least one more for the road, Winston. Maybe two. Maybe two. I mean, we did pay a lot through the nose there. I suppose if I just had a bit more rep, but really, I'm worn down, Winston. You understand, right? All these blood-sucking leeches. You need to calm down, Winston. And I need to calm down. There's enough blood on our hands. I know, Winston. It sounds a bit crazy. You pretty much appealed to me because of your desire to kill things, I'm not gonna lie, but, maybe we're going about it all wrong, Wins. Maybe we should pursue a different angle in life. The austere benefits. The benefits of living an austere life. Those sound compelling, Winston. It is a shame that I lost all that money because, well, you wanted to be freed of your short-term contract. That's how I'm actually going to interpret that. I like that. But, you know, I understand. We've had our differences along the way, but in this, I am absolutely confident that it will be of use to both you and I. Yes, unfortunately, the Allegiance Alpha is complete and utter rubbish. Alright. Well, I tell you what, Winston. You think that's enough for the road? That's probably enough for the road, right? But it wouldn't do to leave. That's short notice. We should at least visit Mr. Ferraducci's men here, right? Perhaps we should actually buy some clothes for the journey. You know, maybe act as trade goods of some kind. You think we could get away with trade goods, Winston? Maybe we could bring some armored jackets to the whole proceeding. They're not that expensive. Just one for you and one for me. Yeah, I think that'll do quite nicely. Oh, no, maybe you're right, Winston. We are supposed to live the lives of monks. Yeah. But, you know, Winston, come on, man. We gotta be pragmatic here about our survival. Ideals, Bushido, that sort of thing. I guess you have a point, Winston. But Winston, come on, man. Trade goods. Look, we can get 3 of these things. No, alright, Winston. That is a pretty good point. Damn it, man. Look, I'm absolutely committed to this idea. We'll bring 4 of them now. Look, it'll work. We'll bring Eileen. We got a 4th. Maybe we'll take Mortimer with us. You're right, taking Mortimer with us is a complete and utter stupid idea. No, look, alright. Surely there's gotta be a lovely person or two that we can take with 5 of these things, right? Right? There you go, throwing logic back in my face again. Damn it, you were too good at that. Alright. I tell you what. I'll load up on other supplies, Winston. You hold these for me, will you? Ah, damn it! There's blood on our hands now, Winston. What have we done? Alright. We need to wipe it off. We need to wipe off the blood. How do we wipe off the blood? Okay. If we buy all of these armor jackets, we'll wipe off the blood for sure. No, but it's still armor and encourages us to be violent. Son of a bitch. Right, Winston? Alright. I'm sorry, good sir. I can't simply take these armor jackets from you. Here, you must have them back. Now look, Winston, stop arguing with me. It's a good idea. It's like we'll start up a shop, maybe. Well, look, we don't... This monastery is pretty far away. Mr. Ferraducci's not gonna fly us there. Food, shelter. We have to pay for so much on our trip. You know how dangerous it is out there? We'll be crossing through the wilderness and everything. Damn it, Winston. I hate arguing with you. You're always right. Perhaps this simply won't do it all. No, though. This simply won't do. Damn it. But we must try. Look. We simply have to get it done, Winston. We have to start somewhere. But maybe not start with this. Alright, Winston. You're so committed to killing people. I tell you what. What about the hell with all those armor jackets? It's a stupid idea. What if we get some light combat armor? Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, that'll really keep us safe for sure. But, Monk Credo, man. Maybe not. Maybe yes, but maybe not. Maybe yes. Maybe the problem is that, well, we should get... No. Yeah, we should definitely get 2 of them. Look, 1 for you, and 1 for me. See, Winston? Yeah. Each one of us wears 1? Yeah. No. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Winston, you drive a hard bargain, man. Look, I'm quite serious on this, sir. I wear 1, you wear 1. We're good. Son of a bitch. Fine. I got an idea. What if we bring Eileen with us, and we give her a jacket as well? Genius, right? Right? Huh? Alright. As that descended into further and further ham, but you folks ended up seeing what transpired there. And as a recap of what transpired, this actually ended up being something I discovered. It was either in 5th or 6th grade. I know it was that time because my brother hadn't moved out of the house yet. He ended up siding with the Yakuza. That's the Weenies boss, because the Weenies work for the Yakuza. And the Yakuza boss gives some pretty serious benefits. Heavy combat armor, which is the best armor in the game, bar none, and a pretty significant focus. Both of which cost a freight train of money. But they're definitely there, and that would be what the OP Shadowrun people say you should take. Well, I wanted to be contrarian to my brother. I wanted to actually pursue the other angle. So I ended up siding with Mr. Ferraducci, and I was like, alright, we have a Wily's Gala Inn bonus here, and we have Crime Mall thing, and Lone Star keeps off their backs, which that's not a big deal. The Wily Gala Inn, that's not really a big deal either. Let's go to the Crime Mall. And so it was when I was buying and selling that light combat armor that I was like, wait a second. This used to cost like 9,000 Union before. Wow, that really is a significant discount. And so then I bought some, and then I looked at it in my menu, and I went, "Arr?" And then I sold it, and I bought it, and I sold it, and I bought it, and I was like, thanks to the discount, which is a very significant discount at the Crime Mall for that equipment, Joshua can, especially with his negotiation skill, at an incredible 6, buy that armor and sell it for a profit. Basically to the same vendor, like Joshua turns into a merchant himself. Thus, infinite money. Can be tedious, but so long as you can buy one of those things and sell it, you can eventually claw your way up to light combat armor. It's a bit more difficult to do with Joshua because of, well, in this state, because Joshua only has 7 inventory spots instead of 8, but works out quite alright.
So yes, that was the plan starting from the beginning of the session, what I wanted to achieve. In order to do that, I wanted the seed money, and the best way to get the seed money was to defeat Ito Ogami. I had that in mind before. I didn't know how attainable it was. I wanted to at the very least get Eileen. I didn't think Ito would be as easy to defeat as he ended up being, and I didn't know whether I actually wanted to use this, since I did make a joke about this and briefly demonstrate it in my recorded playthrough, but I don't recall that I used it that much, because I was rolling in cash with the Matrix, and I didn't want to use it there anyway. But the circumstances, the first half hour of today's session, pretty much ended it with that. So yes, advanced form of money laundering, whether Josh was just an amazing salesman, whether he actually ends up like booting the hawker of these wares out of his booth and selling these to other Shadowrunners like himself through all these amazing Mafia legitimate connections, who can say? But at any rate, that is exactly what transpired. As I noted, I figured anyone who was familiar with the game would see what I was doing before I accomplished it, and me getting my ass downed there before I had enough to go meet Mahler and get the Mr. Faraducci number. It kind of did diminish the luster of it, but I wanted to at least show that off. It's pretty fun. That being said, the Yakuza can provide wonderful benefits, but on the flip side, I've managed to complete the game just fine with light combat armor and not having that super cool focus. Don't need heavy combat armor to win. I demonstrated that quite handily. And I mean, sure, you can go surfing around in cyberspace, or you can just stay there in the crime mall. Granted, it would take you a very long time to be able to afford the wonderful things like the Fairlight Excalibur, but we're not really participating in the cyberspace hobby. So yes, that is the example of the situation. And, you know, just to demonstrate, how much negotiation do you have? Right, 0. Let's see what happens whenever Winston tries to do it. Because that matters. Winston can buy this for 5,000. I should have actually given him a piece or sold my other pieces first. My apologies, everyone. Winston buys a piece for 5,000, sells it for 5,000, breaks even. It is only due to Joshua's negotiation skill that he is able to do this at a profit. And his negotiation skill is significant. It's at 6. That's my trick. And with that, that pretty much ends up having to be the last time we saw Mortimer Reed. With this, you could afford anything you needed, and you could obtain. I still no longer have access to Max's number, because I did not get that contact information. It's unfortunate, but it happened. So the corp runs are going to be more difficult than they have to be. Even more so, because I still won't be hacking into the Matrix. But, next session, and I figure I'll just probably do this stuff off a broadcast. I don't need to broadcast, like, however long it takes for me to get all the money I need, although I can't imagine it taking that long, because I'm not engaging in the cyberspace hobby. And I could have been doing this while talking about it, but God forbid we listen to the chimes. Do that, and then you buy more light combat armor. Now I can buy another suit, and then all of it gets sold. And just the money counter rises and rises. Then you buy even more armor. And then look, it gets sold. I had even 6 light combat armor spots now. That's amazing. But then What if I want to have 7? Well, then I can certainly get 7. How do you not understand whenever I have explained all of the mechanics of what just transpired? Were you fucking jacking off? Did you have them muted? Were you not paying attention? Were you getting a soda? Were you just being dumb? Alright. I mean, I was gonna end the broadcast with this. Okay, you're drunk. We're gonna make this in simple terms, Defage. Alright. Okay. This is how the inventory screen works. Hello, Jonathan. I select Display Available Armor using my A button, which for me is numpad 4. I move over to Light Combat Armor. It's a legal military bodysuit, provides great weapon protection and excellent gun protection. I press the A button. I complete this transaction. Money disappears down there. That's new yen. I have 41,000 now. I then go to Sell Item from Inventory. I decide I don't want that light combat armor, so I sell it. Right. I sell these at a profit. Because of my character's negotiation skill and his affiliation with the Mafia. That is how the few hundred new yen I had, or several hundred really, when I did this, when I could only just get a few armor jackets, turned into being able to have all these, like, is it worth buying all the... Yes, Zerfall. I guess I do need to do this on a live broadcast. Alright, everyone. 56,049 new yen. Not 56,049 new yen. Work with me here, people. I don't think I could be more pedantic other than just banning people from my chat. Oh, goodness. I'll go ahead and take one of these jackets and buy one more for Winston. I equip this. And trade this to Winston. And you know, Winston needs a better weapon as well, right? Winston deserves a weapon. Let's go get Winston a proper weapon. Now, he has been using that Allegiance shotgun up to this point. It has a pretty low clip count, but you know, he has been pretty terrible about using the thing. I'm just gonna get a room sweeper shotgun. Seriously, he's just being wasteful. Now, unfortunately, you cannot accessorize shotguns. It's a sad fact. Only pistols and SMGs can be accessorized. Sad truth of the world. But still, that'll be good for him. You can have this, Winston. It's yours. Trade this to Joshua, if only so that I can trade it back to Winston, so that's looking proper.
Good. Good. Yeah, I want him to be... I'll just set him to neutral posture, whatever. Alright, and I'll give these back to Winston as well. Now, Joshua doesn't really use much in the way of weapons either, so it's not exactly like it's a concern for him. Browsing the equipment, though, they do sell maglock passkeys here. I wouldn't buy any of these. Rating 2 or 3, just not good enough. You can buy clips here now for as cheap as they are available in the Redmond Barrens, which is normally the cheapest place. Suppose I'll show off something else. Okay, what I just did there was bought a bunch of universal gun clips. The most clips you can carry in this game on one character is 20. And they're universal gun clips. Now I'm going to reload Winston's gun. It's actually taking down the 19. And Josh was carrying too. So, we'll go ahead and just trade 2 clips there to Winston. And now he's carrying 21! You can have a character carry over the maximum allotment of clips by trading clips to a character. Success in that! Bam! That's another trick that Grimith knows. We're actually playing a game where Grimith can show you the things that you can work in your favor. It's amazing, right? My exploits. Oh, goodness. Good times, good times. Anyway, we'll buy one more suit for the road, and then sell it, because her, and buy one more suit for the road. And then sell it, because her, and buy one more suit for the road. In case there's anyone new joining who didn't get the mechanic. And while we're at it, let's get another set of frag grenades. Because why not have some frag grenades in our lives? You never know when you'll need to frag someone. Good. But we're not done yet. Let's go shopping, everyone, to get the things we so richly deserve in life. Let's get ourselves some flame bolt. Yeah! Let's get some better heal wound stuff. Yeah! 4/6 is the maximum. Alright, let's take a look at Joshua now. How powerful this spell is. Get wrecked, kid. However, the force in this case isn't increasing the damage. It's just increasing the success rate. There's still a small drain there of 1. That's not too bad. We can probably work with that. Yeah, a drain of 1 isn't so bad. I'll just carry around a fetish item. Let's go ahead and buy a fetish, which absorbs the drain from casting of a spell. And, maybe we'll buy a protection talisman that reduces all types of damage directed at the user. Problem is that it costs too much. How am I supposed to work with that? Well, this sounds like a job for a third person in the group. So, let's go pick up Eileen. Come on up. Oh, first we gotta resolve this orc problem. And you'll see, we've actually used the fetish up twice already. It's absorbing the drain that would normally be applied to Joshua's mental health. So let's go back to the Redmond Barrens. You know, Eileen, we got off to a bad start, it's pretty true. But, I'm willing to accept you back into my life. No matter how pissy you get, and give you one more chance at doing right by me with a trial run. 900 million? Yeah. I tell you what, why don't you hold this for me, dear? I think that's good. You must have picked up another predator before you went in, Cap. And you give me that nonsense. And you give me that nonsense because I gotta have everyone's inventories looking pretty. That matters to me. Fantastic. That's the kind of protection you need in life. And I only recruited her to a single run. Because that's a trial run for her too, right? You're actually out of clips. Well, we'll resolve that situation. Prepare for more exciting action right here, folks. As I proceed to buy 20 clips. God. Might as well grab some for Joshua, too. Ah. Oh, that was a doozy. Sell that jacket. Sell that predator. Not gonna worry about it. Whew. Oh, hey, weenies! What do we pick up? We'll give that to Winston. I guess the other thing we picked up might have been Nguyen. And really, I don't need to have the force of this spell up that high. But why not, right? We gotta have some fun. We gotta have some fun. We've earned it after all this time. I actually was going to stop the broadcast out of like combat over. Then I started explaining things to you guys, and you clearly needed to see more of this in action. I could have accessorized off stream, but you needed to see the accessorization. Of course, now I get all these fucking medkit drops when I don't need them. Anyway, for those of you who have just joined, or for whatever reason have fallen asleep, maybe you're intoxicated, maybe you're not paying attention in life, maybe you need to know how this works. We'll get back to it. We have bought a lot of things, but we could buy some more things. Phase 1. We buy 4 pieces of light combat armor. Because that's all the money we have. We can only buy 4. And then we change our minds and sell those 4 items. But then we change our minds again because we're pretty indecisive. And we buy some more light combat armor. This time, we buy 5. Alright. But no, maybe we shouldn't do that. It's probably a bad idea. But maybe that was actually a good idea. So we go ahead and buy some more light combat armor. 6 total. Actually, that's 7. Grimith can't math right now. What matters is that this guy that we're buying and selling this armor to, he can't math either. And that's the grand scheme of things. But it's probably because of Joshua's rep and his connections with Mr. Faraducci. Now, for all the cool things that the Yakuza give you, they don't give you this. Go and sell that one. And while we're at, sell that fetish too. Fetish was dumb. Make sure everyone has their armor equipped. Now, we're going back to the ATM. We get on the vid phone here with Professor Jefferson. I'd actually like to learn about your contact. Well, he graduated with flying colors, and he might be able to help you in your line of work. If you could give me a payment of 2,000 Union, I give his number to you. Are you interested? As a matter of fact, I am. His name is Gregory Wilms. He holds a PhD in sorcery and works for some big corp in Chicago. Well, that's cool. Oh. Let's talk to Gregory. Who calls me at such a late hour?
I'd like to procure your services.
Would you care for a lesson in the use of paranormal creatures in a corporate environment? Or would you hear about a magic enhancement device I've created? Or perhaps you'd like a discount on your magic purchases?
I like discounts.
Tired of paying retail prices, eh? I can put your name on our corporate discount list at Merlin's Lore. Cool. I'd actually like to hear about your device as well. This here device is much like a spell focus, with one exception. It increases the power of any spell used when it is held by a major shaman. 50,000 is actually a bit more than what I thought it was. Not a good start. Increase your finances and call me at a more suitable hour. I thought it was like 40,000. No, it's actually 50,000, everyone. Alright, Greg. Let me go increase my finances, as you called it. Burb, Greg. This won't take me too long. Let me just go ahead and put in the right cred stick. Just a Jeff Red, Greg. Now, Eileen has some negotiation skill as well, and she has 8 full inventory slots. Using a shaman character is not the most efficient to do this with. But again, there isn't exactly anything too efficient about the buying and selling mechanisms in this game either. But, they're there. It's a thing. Let me go ahead and get some more capital as well. Because I'm going to be spending 50,000 new yen on a spell focus. Which is a significant price. You can perhaps tell this to Aster. I've had some people report that they can't use Hitbox at all using Google Chrome. They've had to, use another browser like, say, Firefox. I personally had no trouble using Hitbox with Google Chrome, unless the Hitbox servers and the Hitbox website's dying. I'm not exactly sure whether it's a server issue, whether it's your PC, whether you're running software that would interfere with it. I don't know all the specifics. I'm no Hitbox guru. What I am is a Shadowrun for the Sega Genesis guru, just so long as you forget about yesterday. And the first part of today. Nice chatting with you. Anyway, that's our conversation with Gregory Wilms. And this is a power focus. Power focus increases the power of all of the spells that you can cast. If memory serves, the Yakuza boss can sell you a rating 3 power focus for cheaper than that 50,000. Or maybe it's more expensive. I don't exactly remember because I don't really deal with him. At any rate, I can't make nice with the Yakuza boss now. I could get the number, but then I would call and they would go, "You!" And now there are random events thrown into the mix where weenies will actually come after me. They'll hunt me down because I've sided with the Mafia. Whereas if you side with the Yakuza, you'll have I-5ers hunting you down. Weenies are pushovers, as we've seen. They start in the pushover land. Yes. He gave me a bead necklace with a microphone tied to it. Yeah, great deal for 50k. Instead of basically consuming up multiple inventory slots with like, oh, this increases the power of this spell, this increases the power of that spell, you just get an item that increases the power of all spells. Pretty nice. And I'll explain that a bit better once we dip back into this magic store here. Looking at magic foci, like this. Hellblast Spell Focus, which increases the potency of the Hellblast spell. Doesn't help any other spell. Just that one. And this is the Heal Wound Spell Focus. You see a rating there associated with it. Increases the potency of that spell, consuming an inventory slot just for that one spell. Well, if the 50,000 that I just laid down for that power focus increases the potency of every spell across the board. It's pretty nice.
And yes, I'm still drinking my illegal beverage. Now, I don't remember the effectiveness of this protection talisman. I still can't buy it. I don't remember that. It's been some time since I played a shaman. I think the combat sense spell lock works out alright. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. What matters is that the money problem has been resolved. Hooray, money problem! Yay, money problem resolved, yay! And so long as I have enough money to basically start the chain again at the crime mall, then, well, it will never be a problem again. Now, you also notice, now that I don't have that fetish available, when I'm casting these spells, Josh was actually losing mental health. That's to represent the drain that he is accruing. A shame, the drain, but, you know, it's a mechanic which exists in the game. But now, we can actually up this up to Force 4 without a problem, courtesy of our power focus, without suffering from drain. It's pretty great. I wonder if this would be a good idea. That lowers that by 3. No, I'd still want to keep on medium posture. Okay, cool. So, we have ourselves a nice flame bolt there. Well, the crime mall does sell cyber decks. You just can't sell them back. I'll show you. There's an entirely separate section of the crime mall devoted to software and hardware. But you can't sell any of this back. So it's not exactly, you know what you do. A discount still helps, though. A discount still helps in the crime mall. We're looking at a Fairlight Excalibur here for only 210,000 New Yen. You can still get that cheaper from Kip David, who is a contact that Caleb Brightmore gives to you. I think it's like 185,000 from Kip David. Yeah, Fairlight Excalibur is the most powerful cyber deck in the game. Serious business. Alright. You know what? Eileen, we deserve a rest. And you too, Winston. We deserve another rest. This was a hard night. We managed to make a few New Yen, though. We gotta recover and lick our wounds and think about your one-day contracts and where to go from here. And recover Joshua's mental faculties. While we're at it, spend your karma. We're gonna have to load you up with cyberware too, Eileen. And you as well, Winston. Yeah, gotta get Winston all cybered up. It's gonna be great. I probably don't want to continue focusing you along your melee combat route, even though you're named Two Fists. This is how you got thrown in prison. Your negotiation skills also isn't that bad. I thought it was a 3, it's actually 4. That's very competitive. Very competitive indeed. Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and get started along this idea. Increase your firearm skills so that you're better with those. We'll have to get you cybered up next session. There is no release. You also notice that, Eileen Two Fist's, physical health didn't go all the way up there. As I noted earlier, that's a kind of a concern about, healing physical health in this game. It's much more difficult. But it's nothing that can't fix. Of course, that fully maximized heal wounds won't be so effective on either Winston or Eileen once I get them fully cybered up. Hell, Eileen is,
halfway cybered. Joshua will never have any cyberware. Unlike that data jack I put in a human shaman's head every so long ago in this game. I think it was the first time I played this. Not the best idea I ever had. Fantastic. But yeah, this will be the end of this Shadowrun Sega Genesis session. We did a lot. This went a little bit longer than what I thought it would. Yeah. About 3 hours total that I've played this game. But we did have a setback there at the beginning. And my estimate was 2 to 3 hours for this all to transpire. I just thought it would take longer for me to kill Ito. So I figured I'd kill Ito and then maybe show off the wonderful crime mall bit there at the end. I don't know whether I want to transition to something else or not. Haven't decided. But I can end this YouTube video. Woo, YouTube!